stepping on up when they need to the most. And it really feels like it's more of a return to form for Boom, not as a whole just, but also individuals finding their markers and finding the shots that they need. Flip to their zone, getting the hell away. Ronski, quick entry, but Frostmine on the inside! And a smoke criminal to start things off. Berserks is there too. They get the first two frags from the side of Boom, and as Order tried to push towards that C side, they were pulled away by the presence of Boom.
Repelled here on the defensive side from Charlie, but it's the A site that it seems like Order want to try and aggress. Texas made his way here towards A-Link. He's been spied out though. Shot from behind by Flipjitter, a second in the round. And that's going to send Order down to a 4v2. Double the man advantage, and Boom Esports here can take this. They can get the spike planted down, but you see them want to push aggressively for more control, just to maybe get an early pickoff here. But BlazeKing, he's got more than enough utility to make sure that doesn't come to pass. The Trailblazer here to lead the way, and Templeton will follow up on anything he finds. That connects. Luckily here for Order, they've got that rendezvous in RDW, but they're pushing it to the side. Perfect flashes. RD finds one, but Berserks caps off the round with a third. That's the opening pistol going in Boom's way.
Yeah, they flush out the competition. All those corners checked as much as possible. And for Boom Esports, that's the beauty of running the sky right now. They really needed rather than make sure they were back to being the Boom Esports that we knew and love in APAC. And it took them a while in the play-ins. They found that form, and it's the same case here for the group stage. Let's see if they can continue now, as Boom does have the rifles and Order quick plant straight through the middle.
Yeah, and having that kind of warm-up time throughout the play-ins will help their case out to get their heads in the game here right now. And that's what they have to do in this retake. A quick and hasty plan towards that B site, and Boom Esports on the retake. Flipjitter could catch out Ronski, and that he does, giving them the advantage. Now they've got the Rolling Thunder to throw out because of that pressure and Order. They're going to try and utilize this space that they've taken, but here with the wall, the defuse trying to be stuck. They get the half at the very least, and RDW able to line up two. BlazeKing and Templeton fall, but he's going to find the third on the defusing Berserks. Texto will find the last one, and so will RDW. A huge round here to win, but I want to see it done convincingly. I'm looking here to see if Boom can answer back as well. The operator from Flipjitter could be that response that they're looking for, and let this Flipjitter know if he left clicks right now, he's probably going to find a free kill, but it doesn't come his way. The timing or the anticipation, not there. Trailblazer to find that information, and it does spot him out, gonna force him back, but no, Ronski falls into it, but gets a kill on the Flipjitter. He pushes with that Trailblazer, and Flipjitter not expecting the aggression with the blades here. Berserks, he's gonna have a big job to do, really, the B-side hold, because this is gonna be big. RDW finds that kill. They have the spike here trapped towards that bottom mid position. Got a Rolling Thunder to throw out, but BlazeKing, he gets a kill on the Maple. Huge pick for them to drop that spike.
It just seems like Boom is trying to scare off the competition with the smokes as much as possible, because it's the fastest, it's strong. The dark cover though, while ago just disregarded, and Frostmine and BlazeKing disregarding the rest of the opposition as much as possible. All left now to Texta, who has made his way towards the garage. The sneaky boy himself trying to find another target. Frostmine though unable to hit that first shot, and Texta will punish him accordingly. Still though, it's a hard task to spike all the way in the window. He's gonna need to get these frags as soon as possible, and Tebotol and BlazeKing, perhaps a double peek waiting to happen. It's all about timing here though. 14 seconds left, making that noise and smack dab in the middle. It's Tebotol with that Monday night smackdown. 4-5 now, Boom.
Realizing and respecting really the potency of it, but the fault line here is going to stop them in their tracks for the meantime. They can sense this heavy hold coming in, but the fault line doesn't connect on Order's side. The flash will though, and that forces Flipjitter out of this committed position. He can fall back, but the counter flash has to come here from BlazeKing because they're right up their alley, very close. Ronski finds his opening kill on Tebotol, and now this side is theirs. They've taken him down. 2 kills goes Order's way, and Boom Esports are struggling. This might be a save call. It's looking to be the case. Flipjitter has an up. He's going to find that one, but this round is done. A 6th round here for Order.
Yeah, nice kill by Flipjitter, but in the end, that was just mass hysteria being inflicted by Order towards that A side. You saw BlazeKing couldn't decide where to look. Was he still gonna hold towards long? Was he gonna hold towards short? Was he gonna peek above him after hearing that updraft? In the end, couldn't make that choice matter. Order with the overrun. And the combinations from Order just so effective at getting the side that they want. That A-long, heavy-handed approach, courtesy of Disco, the speed from Ronski. It really is just the plan of action that Order has And I think this is the perfect time to discuss this. Order have shown that they can run this specific jet chamber composition to an absolute T. They always have a plan A. They always have a plan B to F to G, basically. They always will look for those
a step
opportunities
behind,
after
and literally, they were expecting this to be a step-by-step take where, okay, step 1, take A long, and then step 2, set to be able to take the A site from Order. But no, Order, after they took A long, they just went straight to step 2 without setting themselves, without pausing. And you saw that Boom, they were anticipating that pause. They were anticipating that set with the flash being prepared. But Tabotal gets an opening kill here, but somehow Frostmine not able to get the kill on the Maple. Down very low though, and Berserks, he's got this wall to try and keep him at bay, but they know where he is. No more relay bolts to try and keep them from pushing him, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Maple still here with low HP, gets a second kill in the round. Trailblazer try and find that it connects, but he gets found by the opposing dog. Okay, he gets bitten, and it's going to smite him. Blaze King finds a second in the round. He's got those Seekers to try and find out where exactly RDW is. The postman here, so much more difficult now for RDW to try and win out in this clutch. Guiding Light to force him off of the angle, and Blaze King's playing protection. He's going to kill him as well, too, taking him down. And Boom Esports, a dire situation.
I'm telling you, man, it's the utilities that can win them out in the game, but they also had a better anticipation towards C side. It does feel like their C defense is a lot more efficient compared to their A defense against the speed of Order. And case in point now, Order's already knocking on their doorstep. Forest coming in from the sewers. But Blaze King! That is stellar for the protection! Blaze King is not done! Regal gameplay here from the sky! And just bow down to the hand of Blaze King yet again. Flips to there though. Oh!
Did I see a shadow? He says, what was that that crossed my eyes?
It's like, wait a minute.
That was a Scooby-Doo moment right there from Texta.
Oh, but flips to there. He's not gonna miss twice. There you have it. This time, he's able to unmask the opposition. And Disco says, nope, never mind. I got a clue there. I don't want to be a Scooby Snap to the opposition. RDW looking to regroup, but this is just looking very more convincing from the side of Boom Esports. If they can stop that first push, if they can stop that first contact, the double-edged sword of Order will fall on their own chest instead. And now in the garage, this will be the burial mound of Disco and RDW. Boom Esports is playing to the expectations we've had for them coming in to the APAC Challengers. And Order as well. Overhype? No, all the hype already. You can see how these guys can play, how these guys can contest the best and the most experienced teams this side of APAC. And you are in for a treat if you guys are tuning in right now, but Maple, what's he looking at?
He's playing anti-flash here right now.
Yeah,
in case
I
he
can
doesn't
see
get
that.
flash. But what I'm curious about is that it's Maple who's playing this close and not the Chamber, which you would kind of expect RDW to be able to play that close because he can rendezvous out if in case anything does happen. In this case, they will allow him to pop flash, but Berserks, they're going to anticipate that push. They know this play. It's been tried and tested and studied real well. And that's going to be a very telltale sign of what was happening there. So relay bolt on out to the backside. You can try and fall back, but even with the headhunter, can't find Berserk, who just slides into place. And the rest here of Boom Esports taking down Order within the site. Textile, final player to go down, and that's a very convincing, almost effortless anti-ego. But the bonus once more has to be a very different tale. In this case, Order trying to push towards that A-long position early on, but no one's defending that B site. Little do they know, it's right for the taking here, Boom. And now they do. They push all the way here towards the back of CT. He's made his way towards that C-site garage, and Berserk with a Bulldog! He bites ever so deadlier than his bark! They've taken the C-site from the most unorthodox of positions.
Oh man, as cool as that, the man can buy this points. Weapon Berserk's ready for action, and immediately Order will have to respect that. We're just done with this round. After those 2 kills, nice navigation there from the side of Boom. They just implied that presence forward, and Berserk just swoops in to the surprise of Order. They didn't expect that Boom Esports would take a page out of their own playbook. But Berserk is having the game of his life right now, and what better time than to try and make it to that top 8 Order, though. It's all about some of these kills at the very least. RDW. Can he get another takedown here? Ronski hiding in the spawn. RDW on the board. Ronski with a second one! So do they even have that time to make it towards that C side? But seems like, though, that there will be gunned down instead. They saw a glimmer of hope.
Realizing here, Order, that they've been hacked and they've been sieged already from that back flank. Berserk's made full utilization of what he's got. Just anger all around. And Texta, he's going to be in a tough spot. Maple falls down the first one. Texta is able to fall back for the meantime, but also goes down in the end. This is 2v3 settles here. In order, struggling. Disco gets that kill. Ronski can actually find one with the blades if he gets the proper timing here on the Flip Jadder, but he's given himself away, and now Flip Jadder knows where to pincer. But still, Ronski, he can do no wrong. He lands a shot, and Disco, if he can find the kill, that would be huge, but he's crawled his way up, and Ronski going big. He finds a third in the round. Frostmine finds Disco. 1v1. He's positioned himself here towards the garage, but with the blades, they don't connect within the air. Frostmine, he's got TP to try and reposition himself. Half defuse already stuck. He's calling his bluff, but he's gonna get the round. The defuse right in his face. Ronski makes it happen. 9-7 somehow.
Really
stolen away from Boom.
As much as possible. They have shown some expertise in APAC, but the expert of the blades, Ronski yet again, the silent killer, able to assassinate two, and they're just humming in his tune, even going for a third, and this is just a Ronski round waiting to happen. 11-8 now, flawlessly done by Order to get back
there
into
is taken away. Let's see how they answer back here. Blaze King almost giving himself up to RDW, but that doesn't come. BME slowing things down, not wanting to get too over-eager here right now, not letting the momentum of the moment get in their sights.
Well, we're getting in the moment, man. The tempo has just been turned up to 11, and the action has become as intense as possible. Order does not disappoint, Boom does not disappoint, and we are in truly for a series to remember. But can Order claw their way back towards the Boom scoreline? Frostmine, though, already anticipating what may come here. Onto the double doors. And here we go again. Berserk's leading the charge as per the standard. They do have a full set of utilities for him, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that fast lane be essential yet again to make the side big work. But it's all about the high ground hold. 5 mates rolling thunder to start things off. Nice spam there from Order, but Boom is still able to clear it anyway. And as it stands from the shadows now to make it towards the end of the site. They're not planting though as of yet. They're trying to find a good angle, and Maple, does he get the right read? No, it's not gonna happen. Flipper though, reading RTW like a book. Frostbite now getting on the board, and Boom has brought in the dynamite, has brought in the impact, and are looking to bring this map home with a commanding side take. 13-9, it's Boom Esports first on the board. Back to where he used to belong, and let's get back into this one. Order starting things off on the defense.
Map number 2, really the storyline coming into this is, do Indonesia get every single team of theirs into the playoffs with Alter Ego and Onyx already in, and Boom looking to follow suit? Or does Order, the only representative from OCE, finally get themselves into a playoff slot? Let's see here right now how this story will really end. The opening control here being fought over is towards mid. It is in Boom's hands, no real contest coming from the Order side as they went for the stack towards the B site, but if Boom Esports feel the likeness of the hold on this A site, then they can definitely secure maybe a plant here towards that alpha section, but it doesn't come. Slowing things down still, but the time is ticking against their favor. The longer this draws out, especially if they walk themselves into the B site, it's going to be a problem, but Flip Jadder already in heaven. I don't think there is any real idea from RDW how far he already is, and Flip Jadder gets his opening pick. He can get them into that A site quite firmly, and that he does. Picks up the frenzy, and now they have a clear path to make it here on A and get that plant down.
Yeah, nice surprise there and nice timing. As soon as Dripwire breaks, that's when we saw Flip Jadder strike against RDW. Nice out also, making him ill-prepared for the firefight, but now 1-4-1 trade as the Nebula is in the way. There we have the Boom bot though getting that intel. Ronski creeping closer to that site. Thing is, tower is still taken here by Order. Berserk's trying to go for the contest, but the ramps has been pitched, and Ronski with a great angle there to get that takedown. 1 HP, and the dream is dead here for Disco. 2 for 2. Right now, 2 versus 2 rather. Extra creeping on forward, but Frostmite waiting. Ronski yet again just sticking to the defuse halfway actually. Flips it though, will die to his hand! Nice control of the frenzy. Can he do it yet again? Yes, he does! How many times does Ronski get the job done? Apparently, it's the first one in the first
they have
round.
an edge in this one, wherein there's no real information on what they've got to bring to the table. For Boom Esports, it's going to be them going in blind and drive. And we know that even in those situations, they have the foresight to try and adapt on the fly. And I'm expecting here Boom to potentially take this round, but with the guns still abound here for Order, a bunch of Spectres, but most importantly, rifles and that Judge. might be a bit easier said than done for Boom.
Yeah, Boom has to prove it. It's a bit difficult now to clear some of these angles if Order is holding close, and this might actually work out in favor of Order after everything is said and done. The aggression though from Ronski to start things off. Turks though, right inside the fence in Order, realizing that situation could have been pinch. They get away in time to retreat towards the tower. Maple though, prepared with the judge, wants to go for the close hold. But he doesn't actually play into the mailbox investment. Instead, it's still B Heaven, the angle of attack. There we have the suppress. Berserk's now sliding on away, but Maple still able to track him down. Not too bad from Theon Rubin, but even better here from Order so far. 2 for 2 trade though, after everything is said and done. This will be... Oh, Texas! Surprising plays King! Before the pop flash even happens, his head is popped instead. Perfect way to go for the hold here for Order. They get that spike down, and Boom Esports are gonna have to try and get back up. Even retrieve the objective, but the aftershock to flush them out. Texa even with the gravity well. There is just no time. The stall is pitch perfect here from Order, and they will even win out on the bonus. This defense looking absolutely ironclad. It's a trial by fire, my
Half
friend.
at the very least, so Boom, it's up to them to finally get around here, but 0 point connects. Maple is gonna get found, but already knew that. Stack up here towards that garage position, and they can park themselves here for the meantime, but can't get too comfortable in staying with that break on.
Boom Esports, they're basically thrown for a loop right now. They thought they would have a bit of time to set things up, and we mentioned a little bit of this back in Even. Now it's just coming into complete fruition here over on the split. For Berserk though able to navigate through the gravity well, but it still will slow down. Boom Esports slightly crossmind though, blowing up Ronski actually. Fast lane towards the connector at the very least, blockading that vision from the alleyway. And Boom Esports this time a heavy investment just to get the plan so far. It's 5v3 though. It will be the heaven hold here for the side of Order. Texas though suppressed and spotted. Intel already to give Boom a semblance of that initial positioning. Maple checking down in hell, but Tebotol waiting for someone to drop if ever. And the guy who died now is the call. Tebotol now with the contact, finds even the second one. Texas the only one left, but Order is known. Order is found, and Boom will finally be able to
A bunch
stay
of
their
fake
record.
flashes thrown out, but the threat was very real. Operator out here for RDW. We've seen him do this in the past with Cypher as well. But see how it continues out. Aftershock thrown here to keep him at bay. Boom crawling towards his A site. Flipshooter can go straight into it and give up that main position, but able to dodge it for the meantime here on that showstopper RD. The rest here of Boom, they're falling down. Berserk gets one, but only that one. As the dust settles, it's a 3v4 in Order's favor.
I like that play, honestly, from Order, because that neural theft would give them the ping despite the smoke there. It was just a good catch by Boom to find Ronski along the way, but the advantage is taken here by Order so far. And look at the aggression from Order. No more Rolling Thunder, no more Null Command, no problem. We can play the pinch, we can play the lurk, and we can push. No defensive team on Split has ever seen. But Maple, he's the one who has to hold down the site from the garage angle. It's all about circumnavigation here for Order. Boom. Will they walk into this one? That's the question. But here comes Texta, and he's looking to frighten the opposition yet again. Boogeyman, thy name is Texta. Tebotol able to face his fears, but now he's the only one left. 1v3 scenario. Maple with the jump peaks, getting that intel. And then the rest of Order now looking to just follow suit. A murder of crows looking to feast. Tebotol, his tea leaves house built on over. And by this time, there is no time for Boom to make it towards the site. Order will take the round yet again, and just the ambition turning into the executions, really suiting Order and their playstyle and lethality right now here.
Really incredible fights from Order and Boom Esports. Seemingly, the wind has been taken out of their sails after the incredible performance we saw on map number 1. A very stark contrast here and now on map number 2. And this operator that we saw from RDW early on was a big problem, but he switches back now to the Phantom, using this one way to be an even bigger problem here for Boom. The Blaze King still somehow finds a kill, and Tebotol as well on towards that B side. Let's take a look at the action here, because the Cosmic Divide has been placed, and Ronski's got a big job to do. He peeks and still somehow gets a double kill. How does he get away with that? Boom Esports, where's the punishment? Ronski going in big. He finds a third in the round. The Altered Beast has come alive. Half made of man, half made of bear. He's come from underneath, and Boom Esports have no answer for the divine intervention that is Ronski.
Well, they just have to bear with it. Basically, Ronski looking into the garage and just slaying anyone that stands his way. Flips it there, trying to get the angle. Disco with the help, but it's still Ronski who gets the frag. By this point, give him the ace, why don't you? Frostmind running away towards that ace site, but a commanding half for Order, to put things lightly, to say the least. And I think it just goes back to the fact that Order, in a way, they don't need to lurk as deep in a map like this. Instead, they understand what parts of the map they can control, and you can see the players who can really be amplified by that. Back to Texta, case in point, now dueling against Frostmind. Low head round though, very dangerous for Frostmind in this scenario, and they're waiting for Ronski to come. Rolling Thunder is avoided. Ronski is coming, Texta though will take the kill anyway at the very end. But back to my point, as Order will get an 11-1/2. An 11-1/2 here, black and blue. Texta is the biggest example of how Order is succeeding here. On that split defense, he's able to basically free fire angle climb to put things lightly for Boom. And Order, they're the ones who are ready to hit that green light. They play the waiting game to start things off. See if Boom wants to be a bit ambitious at the starts. But they're getting ready for that mid-take to start things off here, Nico.
This is a tall leap, Dax, for them to try and come back to. Not even a climb, but just so difficult and treacherous this terrain is, especially with Texta opening things up here in the Tabatal. Order, they find the opening pick. They've taken the Bravo site, and the spike can go down as Boom. No real contest here towards that site. They're gonna have to play retake right now, not in the positions to deny this from happening in the first place. And Disco waiting here in mid with RDW is gonna be big. There's no real way now that Blazeking can go and help on the fight without getting drained. And Blazeking, he finds two, but only that two. As simply creating dust out of the stones that were placed here from Boom. Order, they're trembling the ground beneath Boom's feet with each mighty stomp. And Boom Esports can't really get themselves back in any game of control. Ronski swings by
before
through the drive.
Ends. There is still some hope if they can hit those frags, if they can shut down Ronski, who's trying to charge on in. And at the same time, some decent holds here from Boom so far. They set up the Astra setup there towards the tower. They do pop it already after the presence implied by Order. Beyond that, Pain Shields now will be lobbed. Here we go with Mr. Boom bots and Berserks getting ready to contest. Hebotolto, bit of the distance. Passing out Ronski to start things off, but Texta yet again! Lining up, scored yet again! Put this meat on the Barbie because this is perfectly cooked by Texta yet again! 3 kills already! Make that a 4th! And how many times does he need to write this storyline here? Order, this is their chapter. This is their map. And Flipster, the only one left. Texta looking to drop on down. Flipster will not be boiled by the opposition. But it's 2v1. And it's all up to Flipster now to try and make the retake work. But we have seen the jury. We have seen perhaps the verdict of the scoreline. All about navigation right now. But Flipster, he is caught by the fault line, he is caught by the swing, and he is rendered guilty.
But then again, Berserks has been struggling all tournament long, aside from this one series, right? Oh! The Berserks, oh my goodness, very hot entry, hot LZ, they made themselves in, and Disco, he's about to get knifed, but Blazing's gonna get found. 3v3, exploding onto this A site, no real time wasted, as Tabatal gets a kill on a Disco, swinging wide, Maple's gonna try and get one, that he does, can find another, but Tabatal's gonna get his aim. 2-1 already here, and we're what, 20 seconds in round 1?
Yes, sir. Well, 1v1. There you have it. Now the duel gonna happen. But did you see the start of that round? A game of the floor is lava between RDW and Berserks. A knife being brought out and an absolute scramble here for the decider that we have all been anticipating. It was a one-sided affair on split. It was an amazing effort from Boom on Haven. But here we go. Hard reset, hard compositions, and hard action coming your way. Ronski though versus Flipster. Who will get the shot on who first and foremost? Flipster is the one who's able to be the chosen one. Avoids the bullet.
Right? No real difference, but there's a lot more to be said, at least, and to be seen from Boom in the past. And Boom, they're a team that now, at least with the gun round, can really secure a first round that they want to, especially on this bonus. See how this bonus is converted, pushing the canteen position, trying to look for a snack, but overeating a meal could be deadly. Flipster on good for 1 with Maple, the rest of them falling down 2-2 on either side. Now a 3v3 situation. Fragment out to try and stop that further push on Jenny, and the spike It can be planted, but it's still in the tower. Going to be difficult to cross without much smokes or concealment to utilize. They're going back to the arcade, but no games are going to be played here from Order as Flip Jitter. He finds a right stick to shove here up Maple. Does get them a kill.
That's okay. Okay. We'll stop you there real quick. Bit of a cheat code there suddenly brought out by Flipster there, but that was huge of a pick to allow perhaps a relocation towards that A site. And while there were no smokes to get in the way, it's all about the lurk right now from the side of Boom. And Disco seeing Tempo Tall finding and flicking towards the target. Make that a second as we are just able to turn this into quite an adverse for him. But Flipster there will challenge, will get the takedown, looking for a quad, and there you go, feed him more. 3-0, a bonus one by Boom in the... I think those questions need to be answered and fast because, yet again, just having that role swap between your three most dynamic players, it does change up the pace of the game. But the pace has just been set by Berserks and Co. Already, the barrage coming on in from the Neon. Boom, yet again, just a path of destruction towards the site. And it's Order right now, left to pick up the pieces yet again. Might have to go for the save even.
Berserk, such a potent Neon here on the entry. In Order, yeah, as you called it, a save is called. And you know, for Order decks, the last time we saw them around versus Bobo, they had this exact same comp, yes, but a lot of the same symptoms were showed here that we're seeing here right now, where RDW, he would struggle to get himself going on a Neon when he is very potent on many other agents. Yes, Simon Vronsky being on that chamber, one might argue, yes, he can still go aggressive with it, but not the same way a Neon might be, and they rely on a lot of his entries on those other maps, like with him being on a Jet or a Raze, to make things work out. So I mean, RDW without, you know, him just popping off, it's gonna be difficult for Order to win. Tepatal finds a kill, shut that sense, and the other thing is, when you're in the Neon, you're typically that first player to go down, and they rely on him a lot in the scramble to be alive in the end when he's typically on a chamber, or maybe really any other Sentinel, to keep them still in the game, to be able to get the clutch win or just do big things from the backline. But pushing him up here does give them a bit of almost like an alter ego, really, and an alter disposition what to do. But Hexta crawling in, he finds the third and does it in his court. In Order, they've got something to say about this. He retrieves that rifle, finds the fourth here in the Temple, and he knows where Flipster is, but Flipster is going big as well. Completely a beast. 3 kills already in the round, on pace for the ace. 2 players are on either side. Will Flip Jitter or will Texa get it? If he finds RDW, let's give him a fourth! Both of these last 2 players looking on par for the ace clutch.
Only one can get it, so only one can be the victor. And Texa, he decided to just become the captain of this almost submerged ship and keep it steering right in a direction that Order can survive in. But Flipster, where did that come from? Flipster is just popping off out of his mind right now. And this is exactly what we expect from him moving forward. Big reason why he's part of this Boom roster, but Texa getting ready with the smoke play. There we have the contact, and it's Texa again, as textbook as can be. An ace clutch
those vets, really, and as well as the radar dish, which can be a big point of contention, but ace site cluttered and really filtered out with a bunch of these ordered players who are waiting for defenders to hold on to this. Let's see how the defense holds up.
Look at man now the call, and here comes Boom ESPORT anyway. Frostmind though, finding a second. Disco shut down, hitting that blue screen of that Frostmind with the answers though. And it's gonna be again a 2 versus 2 scenario. Why does it always have to be this close with the rounds? Frostmind up closer and closer. A slide from RDW, a shot from Ronsky, and the dynamic duo is back on the board. A bit of the recovery, and those are the rounds where Order actually thrives in here in Fracture. Just to build on the point you were making a while ago, all the characteristics you said about Fracture, shouldn't that suit the Order playstyle? And these closer contacts, these closer contests that they can just navigate and move around the map with, that's when their true strength lies. It was an incredible movement from RDW to buy space and time for Ronsky there in the first place. But Boom ESPORTS, it's all up to them to control the action. They cannot let themselves fall in that chaos if they want to win these rounds, because Order, instead, you're gonna be able to just play the wraparound as much as possible. Boom, though, still in a commanding presence. They are playing back even right now just to be safe. And Flip Jitter sees the head of the chamber, that long barrel exposing his position. And the op is down here.
Now, more active presence trying to be showed by Order, but shut down here as the lurk of Vronsky. Maybe not the most suitable weapon for a lurk, but yeah, Texta. Sorry, wrong C.
Wrong team.
Texta going big here with that hold towards that Sands position. Throwing things back to the days of Earth, Wind, and Fire, but all the elements here could still work out for Boom. They've got this orbital strike, though, to force him back. No stun, no relay bolt will connect. That could have been a free kill, but it doesn't happen. 0 point out. It does pop. Suppressing for the meantime, Texta. They're going towards his B site, and Flip Jitter has already made his way into the tower, which is really clear for him to take. Berserks, the rest of Boom, have to try and fend them off here. And with that Rolling Thunder, that'll give them the space that they needed to get the plant off in order in a 4v5 retake.
Oh, a nice play here from Texta. Here we have a classic lurk yet again from the Brimstone. Disco able to go for the hold a while ago. Will he find the same kind of impact this time? And it's all about that tower take for Boom right now. It's getting perilous, but keep an eye on the Blaze King. Might get the backstab onto one, and case in point, Texta goes down, flips it there, tries to flick it over. Doesn't get the shot this time. RDW, the distraction, has to turn on around. Then will go down. Berserk's Frostbite with the trades. Maple on the board. And Order is struggling to get close to the site whatsoever. This tower is held together by two, and the crossfire is there to end the life of Maple. He turns into a tree. Has a godly hold there to hold down that A site and take the round for Order. This one's on about some big-time players making those big-time plays, but suddenly the speed of Boom yet again not skipping a beat nor a gear whatsoever. Hit the Nitro because Berserk is coming. Here we have a fast lane, though caught out by Maple in that instance. That coverage doesn't help the Neon whatsoever. And Order now trying to get a little cheeky into the corner itself. Oh! Frostmine! What a read! What that? He finds the breach anyway after the communication. And there you just are able to circumnavigate yet again. The defense, man. We believe that the world is flat and you are wrong because Fracture is proving it to you right now. Round and around we go towards that these sites. And Order is left scratching their heads. Where are the opposition? Templeton right there. Yet again, power position into the corner. Who checks it? That's the question. Texta does. Blaze King though, ready for the crossfire, and boom! They just made a kill box on the spawn that will be theirs. But let's get back into the action, and RTW sprinting immediately, just suppress, stopping him in his tracks.
Well, let's not get over sentimental just yet, Dax, because the incremental increase in the velocity of Boom Esports here has been undeniable. They made their way onto this A side, but with the shorty, he finds a kill, bringing things up close. But Frostbite as well follows up. Maple trying to do the same, but Blaze King and the shorty's here, making the Kings work out. Boom Esports, you're looking to take this pistol round. And 4 kills with a shorty, complete utter investment, decimated.
They've been using each of these weeks for experience in order. Will their experience be cut short here? RTW though, holding it by himself. And this man on the island, getting one at the very least. Overdrive though, as Boom Esports will secure the complete northern quadrant. All they have to do now is set their eyes southward here.
Flip Jitter making lots of noise on this push. Could get caught out by Disco, who finds him dancing but making the wrong steps. Punishing him for that a bit of ambitiousness. The plant will go down here towards the A site. The wall of smoke's placed and the fall line properly connects, but Frostbite still finds a kill within the site. Ronsky and Maple shutting them down as Deefy is trying to be stuck. Flashpoint out, but he's going to be trapped between a rock and a hard place, completely blind, without much to see. See guys be
to dull as of yet. It was a great hold for RDW. We're seeing a bit more of those cheeky lurk plays from the side of Order. And despite being on the Neon, he was just happy to play it out there on the northern side and catch the punch as much as possible. Flipshitter though versus Maple can be a big pick in favor of Boom if they can get that takedown. Spike though left behind, but Order's actually just looking for picks as much as possible. And it's Boom Esports. They have to be very careful right now, but Berserks! Huge moment for him to start things off strong, but it's a quick trade and 4v4 now. Ronsky! Oh, heartbreaking the numbers! Tapathol smashes the bottle on his head, and the frenzy's there for the takedown.
He gets an ultimate up online as well as he takes the orb, retrieves the rifle. This is looking dire right now for Order, decimated on their own attacking round. Maple finds a kill though on the Templeton, that's huge. Now the Rolling Thunder can't go into play in this round specifically, and RDW is gonna really haul and get his way all the way towards that A site. But the spike, it's crawling and passing here. The huge crevasse. Frostmind on the push here from Arcade, playing no games as Disco is going to get shut down. Blaze King gets found though here by RDW, trying to go back and support his own teammate. But the time is ticking. The sands of time are hollowing, and now they expect this to come towards that B site. You can see Frostmind waiting in here, Dax.
Frostmind is ready. Mind again looking to go over Mata. Rolling Thunder though gonna be the play, and RTW leading the charge. Time though ticking, and Frostmind still prepared into the corner. Looks for the shot. RTW goes down, and it's all left now to Maple, but he will just shrivel up in the corner. And Boom Esports, they sick the hunting back, and they will make it perfect for Indonesia as all the representatives